We are back with a Fox News alert. Governor Gavin Newsom confirming that Hollywood icon director Rob Reiner
Breaking overnight, police are investigating now the shocking deaths of legendary director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Found dead in their Los Angeles home yesterday, the couple was killed in what authorities are calling apparent homicide.
Breaking news just in, a shocking situation currently unfolding as multiple reports are indicating that legendary director and actor Rob Reiner and his wife have been found dead in their home.
Guys, Hollywood is in absolute shock tonight. One of its most beloved icons, the legendary director Rob Reiner, and his wife of over 35 years, Michelle Singer Reiner, have been found dead in their Los Angeles home, and police are treating it as an apparent homicide. It happened yesterday, Sunday, December 14, 2025, around 3:40 p.m. Los Angeles Fire Department responded to a medical call at their upscale Brentwood residence and discovered the bodies of a 78-year-old man and 68-year-old woman. Sources quickly confirmed it was Rob and Michelle. LAPD's elite robbery homicide division immediately took over, calling it an apparent homicide. Reports from multiple outlets, including TMZ, People, and law enforcement sources, indicate both suffered stab wounds or lacerations consistent with a knife attack. No signs of forced entry. The scene was secured overnight as detectives awaited a search warrant. The family released a heartbreaking statement. It is with profound sorrow that we announce the tragic passing of Michelle and Rob Reiner. We are heartbroken by this sudden loss, and we ask for privacy during this unbelievably difficult time. Rob Reiner, the man who gave us timeless classics like The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Stand By Me, This Is Spinal Tap, Misery, A Few Good Men, gone at 78. Michelle, his partner in life and work, a talented photographer and producer who captured iconic images and stood by him through it all. Tributes are pouring in from across Hollywood and beyond. Former President Obama called it a devastating loss. Stephen King said he's horrified and saddened. Jamie Lee Curtis and Christopher Guest spoke of being numb and shocked. Billy Crystal, Carrie Elwes, and so many more mourning a true giant. But questions swirl. What happened inside that home? Sources say a family member discovered the bodies, and their 32-year-old son, Nick Reiner, who has spoken publicly about past struggles with addiction, is now in custody on $4 million bail, though no charges have been announced yet, and police stress the investigation is ongoing. This isn't just a Hollywood tragedy, it's a heartbreaking family story turned nightmare. Stick with me as we break down everything we know, who Rob and Michelle really were, the chilling details emerging from the investigation, and why this has shaken the industry to its core. If this news hit you hard, drop a like and let's get into it respectfully. Let's break down exactly what we know about the tragic incident that unfolded on Sunday, December 14, 2025, a day that has left Hollywood and fans worldwide reeling. It started around 3:40 p.m. Pacific time when the Los Angeles Fire Department received a medical call at a residence in the upscale Brentwood neighborhood on the 200 block of South Chadbourne Avenue. Property records confirm it's the home owned by Rob and Michelle Reiner. First responders arrived quickly and discovered two deceased individuals inside, a 78-year-old male and 68-year-old woman. No signs of forced entry were reported, meaning whoever was involved likely had access to the home. By evening, the Los Angeles Police Department's elite robbery homicide division, which handles all major death investigations, took over the case. At a late-night press conference, Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton described it as an apparent homicide and an ongoing death investigation. He stressed that detectives were securing a search warrant to fully process the scene, and the probe would continue for days. Multiple law enforcement sources, speaking to outlets like TMZ, People, ABC News, and the Associated Press, indicate both suffered stab wounds or lacerations consistent with a knife attack. The LA County Medical Examiner's Office will determine official cause of death through autopsy, results not yet public. A family spokesperson confirmed the victims were indeed Rob and Michelle Singer Reiner, releasing that heartbreaking statement asking for privacy. Importantly, police have not named any suspects publicly, and as of the press conference, no one was officially in custody related to the homicide. However, reports from TMZ, The Independent, Variety, and jail records show their 32-year-old son, Nick Reiner, was booked late Sunday night, early morning on unspecified charges, listed variably as gang activity or other, with bail set at $4 million. Sources indicate he's being questioned, but LAPD has not confirmed any link or charges tied to the deaths. The investigation remains active. Neighbors reported seeing celebrities like Billy Crystal and Larry David arrive at the home Sunday evening, likely offering support. The street was cordoned off overnight as investigators worked. This quiet, affluent area, home to many stars, is now the focus of a massive probe. No motive discussed officially, and authorities urge against speculation. It's a devastating scene for a family known for joy on screen. Next, let's look at who Rob and Michelle were, the lives and legacy behind this tragedy. Before we dive deeper into the ongoing investigation, let's take a moment to remember who Rob Reiner truly was, a Hollywood legend whose work touched generations, and a man whose life was intertwined with family, creativity, and passionate activism. Born March 6, 1947 in the Bronx, New York, Robert Reiner was the son of comedy icon Carl Reiner and singer-actress Estelle Reiner, famous for that deli orgasm line in When Harry Met Sally, which Rob directed. Growing up in a showbiz family, Rob got his big break in 1971 as Michael Meathead Stivic on the groundbreaking sitcom All in the Family. Opposite Carol O'Connor's Archie Bunker, Rob's liberal son-in-law character sparked hilarious clashes that mirrored America's cultural divides. He won 2 Emmys and became a household name over 9 seasons. But directing was his true calling. Starring with the mockumentary masterpiece This Is Spinal Tap in 1984, which he co-created and starred in, Rob went on a hot streak. Stand By Me, 1986, the heartfelt coming-of-age classic. The Princess Bride, 1987, the fairy tale adventure that's pure joy. When Harry Met Sally, 1989, the rom-com that defined the genre with Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. Misery, 1990, the chilling Stephen King thriller earning Kathy Bates an Oscar. A Few Good Men, 1992, the courtroom drama with that iconic Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson showdown. Later films included The American President, 1995, Ghosts of Mississippi, 1996, The Bucket List, 2007, and even the 2025 sequel, Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues. Rob directed over a dozen features, earning Golden Globe and Directors Guild nominations, and his movies grossed billions while becoming cultural touchstones. Personally, Rob met his soulmate, Michelle Singer, a talented photographer and producer, on the set of When Harry Met Sally in 1989. They married that year and built a beautiful life together for 36 years. Michelle shot iconic images, including Donald Trump's for the Art of the Deal cover, and collaborated with Rob on projects. They had 3 children, Jake, Nick, and Romy. Rob also adopted Tracy Reiner from his first marriage to Penny Marshall, 1971 to 1981. Beyond film, Rob was a fierce political activist, vocal Democrat, anti-Trump voice on social media, and champion for early childhood education, marriage equality, and democracy. He co-founded the American Foundation for Equal Rights and was honored for his advocacy. Tributes reflect his impact. Obama called him a friend who impacted generations, Mayor Bass a devastating loss, stars like Billy Crystal, Carrie Elwes, and Jamie Lee Curtis sharing heartbreak. Rob Reiner wasn't just a director, he was a storyteller who made us laugh, cry, think. His legacy lives in those timeless films. Next, let's explore the emerging details of the investigation and why this feels so profound. As we process this heartbreaking loss, let's look at the latest details emerging from the official investigation into the deaths of Rob and Michelle Reiner. Remembering this is very much ongoing, with authorities releasing limited information out of respect for the process and family. The Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery Homicide Division, the unit that handles high-profile death cases, is leading the probe. At a Sunday night press conference, Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton confirmed it was being treated as an apparent homicide and a death investigation that would continue for days. He noted detectives were obtaining a search warrant to fully process the scene inside the home. Hamilton stressed, no suspect has been publicly identified, and as of that briefing, no one was in custody specifically tied to the case. The department is not seeking any outstanding persons of interest at this time. Law enforcement sources, cited by outlets like TMZ, People, ABC News, and the Associated Press, reported the couple suffered injuries consistent with stab wounds or a knife attack. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office will conduct autopsies to determine official causes of death. Those results are pending and not yet released. The home on South Chadbourne Avenue in Brentwood was secured overnight with the street cordoned off. Neighbors described a quiet, celebrity-filled area suddenly filled with emergency vehicles. Some reported seeing friends like Billy Crystal and Larry David arrive, likely to support the family. Reports indicate their son, Nick Reiner, 32, was taken into custody late Sunday, early Monday, and is being held on $4 million bail, according to Los Angeles County jail records and sources from TMZ and Variety. However, LAPD has not confirmed any charges related to the deaths or linked him directly. The investigation remains active and details are tightly controlled. The family has not commented beyond their initial statement asking for privacy. No motive has been discussed officially, and authorities have urged the public to avoid speculation. Tributes continue flooding in. Former President Obama shared a personal memory of friendship. Mayor Karen Bass called it devastating. Governor Newsom expressed heartbreak. Stars like Kathy Bates, heartbreaks. Carrie Elwes, horrified. John Cusack, great man, mourning deeply. This tragedy has stunned Hollywood, a family known for bringing joy through film, now facing unimaginable grief. Next, why this story has hit so hard, and what it means for Rob's enduring legacy. This tragedy has hit Hollywood and fans around the world like a thunderbolt, and for good reason. Why does the death of Rob Reiner and his wife Mikkel feel so profoundly shocking? First, Rob was more than a director. He was a cornerstone of American pop culture. His films weren't just blockbusters, they were comfort food for the soul. Generations quote inconceivable or you can't handle the truth. His stories about friendship, love, justice, and growing up shaped how we see ourselves. Losing him at 78, still active with Spinal Tap 2 just released, feels untimely, a giant taken too soon. Mikkel was his perfect partner, the photographer who captured iconic moments, the producer who collaborated on his hits, the woman he met on When Harry Met Sally and built a 36-year marriage with. Together, they raised a family, championed causes like early childhood education and equality, and embodied that rare Hollywood longevity, love and creativity intertwined. But the apparent homicide aspect makes it gut-wrenching. No forced entry, injuries from a knife attack, in their own safe, affluent Brentwood home, a place meant for peace turned into a crime scene. It's the violation of that sanctuary that horrifies. Adding to the heartbreak, reports of their son Nick's past struggles with addiction. Nick openly shared his battles, going to rehab multiple times as a teen, periods of homelessness. He co-wrote and inspired the 2015 film Being Charlie, directed by Rob, a raw, semi-autobiographical story about recovery and family strain. Rob spoke publicly about learning to listen better, apologizing for tough love approaches that didn't always help. It was a story of redemption, hope, healing. Now, with Nick in custody on high bail amid the investigation, though no charges linked yet per official statements, it raises painful questions about mental health, addiction's long shadow, and family dynamics under pressure. Sources mention questioning a family member, but police emphasize it's early, autopsy pending, full probe ongoing. This isn't tabloid drama, it's a real human tragedy, a family that turned pain into art for others' healing, now facing unimaginable loss. Comparisons come to other Hollywood heartbreaks, like Phil Hartman's or celebrity family struggles, but this feels uniquely devastating because the Reiners represented joy, advocacy, resilience. Hollywood mourns not just stars, but friends, mentors, voices for good. As tributes say, numbed and shocked, heart breaks, devastating loss. Rob's legacy endures in those timeless films, but today we grieve for Mikkel, their children, Jake, Nick, Romy, Tracy, and family shattered. In our conclusion, thoughts on what comes next and final reflections. And that's the heartbreaking story unfolding in Hollywood right now. The sudden, tragic deaths of Rob Reiner and his beloved wife, Mikkel, under investigation as an apparent homicide. We started with the shocking news. Sunday afternoon in their Brentwood home, first responders found the couple deceased from what sources describe as stab wounds, no forced entry. LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division working around the clock. Autopsy results still pending, no official suspect or motive named, yet though their son Nick is in custody on high bail amid questioning. We remembered Rob, the boy from the Bronx who became a directing legend. From Meathead on All in the Family to crafting timeless masterpieces, Spinal Tap's hilarious chaos, Stand By Me's tender friendship, The Princess Bride's pure magic, Misery's terror, A Few Good Men's justice. His films didn't just entertain, they connected us, made us feel seen. Mikkel was his rock, the talented photographer, the collaborator, the partner who shared 36 years of love, laughter, and raising Jake, Nick, Romy, and Tracy. Together, they turned personal struggles into stories of hope, like Being Charlie. This tragedy shocks because it contrasts so sharply with their legacy of joy, advocacy, and resilience. A family that gave the world so much happiness, now enduring unimaginable loss. As tributes pour in from Obama, Pelosi, Stephen King, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kathy Bates, and countless others, Hollywood grieves a giant and a genuine friend. The investigation continues. We'll update if major developments break, but for now, the Reiner family's request for privacy feels more important than ever. Rob's movies will live forever. Quote them, rewatch them, share them with someone new. That's how we keep his spirit alive. What hit you hardest about this story? Rob's incredible films, the family's pain? Drop your thoughts below, respectfully please. Let's honor them with kindness in the comments. If this video moved you or helped make sense of the news, hit that like button, share with someone who loves those classic movies, and subscribe for more thoughtful breakdowns on breaking stories, Hollywood news, and global events. Turn on notifications, you won't miss the next one. Thanks for watching with me today. My heart goes out to the Reiner family, friends, and everyone mourning. Rest in peace, Rob and Mikkel. As you wish.